Oh, what's in the box? What's in the freaking box? Oh, show me what's in the box. What's in the fucking box? I'm going for the Oscar this year.
And the Oscar goes to...
David.
Anyway, what's in the box? Well, it's Gamers Grass, actually. Thank you, Gamers Grass, for sending us free material to use for our social media and videos. They will be used for sure. Thank you very much. And yes, there's quite a bit in here, as you can hear by the shaking. We won't be using all of them. Specifically, we will only, for today's video, be talking about one kind of, do you even call it a tuft? I guess it's just basing material at this point, because that's what Gamers Grass is known for. They're excellent, excellent basing materials. And as always, every single product shown in this video is available on our website right now, sunwardhobbies.ca. That's our real-time inventory, like this bad boy over here, something that's been missing for quite a while, actually. The Basing Pigments core set, and a bunch of other products that are brand new to our store. New and old, both. We received a substantial Gamers Grass restock. It was ridiculous. Like these starter sets here. And of course, can't forget the basing bits themselves, like the new ones like Chaos Shard and Forest Mushroom, all of which are available on our website right now, sunwardhobbies.ca. Kaboom. Kablow. Rest in peace, my granny. Anyway, we have... Look at that. Free Gamers Grass items for marketing. Thank you, Gamers Grass. So, comes with a bunch of tufts here. Flowers, right? Tiny dark moss, etc. These are all available on our website right now, as previously mentioned. But the one kind of basing material that we're going to be discussing today is these two, essentially, or actually three. So these kinds of basing materials, and not just these three specifically, just this type. And what this is essentially, think of flowers, right? So they look pretty flat. You're like, what am I supposed to do? From what I can tell, you're supposed to peel them, and they kind of pop up on their own. And this is going to be a first time usage. So you'll see my essentially like live reaction to this thing. I've never used this in all my years of Warhammer. First time for everything, I guess. So here we go, eh? To start off with, we're going to be using the all-reliable, the 50mm AK Wargame bases, just because it has a little bit more surface area than your typical 32 or 40mm bases. That's 32, by the way. So yes, we're going to be using these bases, but use whatever surface that you want for this demo if you want to follow along. Just make sure that if you are using cork or let's say styrofoam, make sure you use, well, first of all, if you're using styrofoam, make sure you use styrofoam safe primers, because anything else will melt the foam if you're using aerosols anyway. And prime your cork, just because it looks ugly. So yes, so we're going to be using this just for ease of use and real estate. And grab anything that you have for turf or dirt. We're going to be using this just simple green blend T49 from Woodland Scenics. If you do a lot of trains or Warhammer, you're probably familiar with Woodland Scenics. So that's what we're going to be doing. So plan is to just basically just glue it all together on here. Just dip it essentially. And we're going to be peeling probably a little bit of all three onto the base just to see what it looks like. For adhesives today, we will be using Elmer's School Glue, which we do have in spades, but you can use any sort of basing glue as they're almost the same thing. But there is a caveat to this. If you feel like in the future you're going to be playing with the mini and the base, then I would skip this entirely and just go either super glue or CA. We have an abundance of CA. And the reason for this is over the course of the playtime on the tabletop, you're touching it a lot. There is a risk that maybe 3 to 5 years down the line, Elmer's or any basing glue like material just kind of sort of peels off the base itself. And now you're left with a funny sort of interaction. It's hilarious every time. But it is devastating every time as well. So the mini you worked hard on is now missing a piece, i.e. the entire basing terrain. So if you want to avoid any sort of headache like that, just use super glue. Otherwise though, and you're just displaying it, this is fine. There we go. Just be thorough. Just apply all over so you don't miss a spot. Glaze it like I glazed the television series Andor from Star Wars. Watch Andor, it's incredible. Yeah, glaze it all over. Pretend it's Breaking Bad, this mini. Just the greatest thing you've ever seen. Left no stone unturned. What am I even talking about? Yeah, just apply it all over. That's it. Honestly, even the edges. Let's go to basically the edge. Yeah. Why was I so into that? I have a problem. Anyway, for this next step, I'd actually grab a bowl of some sort with walls. But if your turf, your dirt, or whatever you're going to put on top of this is already in some sort of bowl, ramekin, or container, then just proceed to dip it. But since I don't have that on hand, what we're going to do is take this water pot from Games Workshop. It's completely dry at the moment. And I'm just going to plop this in. Yeah. So there, very bottom. And all I'm going to do is take this and just kind of pour it. Seriously. Makes my life a lot easier. But again, if you already have it in some sort of container like the Army Painter ones, right? They're already in that kind of box, right? Then you're home free. You're good to go. No need to do any of this extra stuff. So just give it a gentle shake. I'll just let it dry, essentially. Okay, so here's the sheet. It's surprisingly incredibly thin for something that's supposed to stay up. I wonder how flimsy the final product is. But then again, since it's going to be shrubbery and it's going to be popping out, I guess you don't really want it to be that thick. Yeah, I guess you just pop it out, right? Yeah, it literally says, pick a plant, peel it from the sprue, mold it, bend it, and play it to its whatever form that you want. Okay, all right. Sounds good to me.
2 hours later. Tomorrow.
So that was my fault. I didn't really know what I was getting into, but they're connected to these sheets like, model kit pieces are connected to the sprues. They basically have per petal one sort of connection point, and it's really stuck on there for transportation purposes, of course. But now that I know that, everything else would be a lot easier. So we just have to essentially just do this, just kind of mold it to our shape that we want. Yeah, just do that. Curl it a little bit. Yeah. And since it's flat at the moment, we'll just do various curlings, right? And it can withstand it. And then we'll glue it right after. There we go. Yeah. It's already getting there. So there we go. There's a little bit of shine to it, as you can see. And it's not attached yet, by the way, with glue. But yeah, there's a little bit of a shine, but that's nothing. We can just hit it with a matte spray and be done with it. And hitting something with a matte spray, by the way, reduces what looks like the toy effect. You know, it's super shiny, like right out of the factory, and looks like fake, essentially. Matte sprays typically reduce that. So, and I'm just going to do this, basically. Just fold it even more, because this is made of surprisingly tough material. So it can take the punishment. Yeah, so just rinse and repeat. I'm going to grab maybe 2 more, and then I'm going to move on to these next 2. And I can't wait for the vines specifically. Okay, maybe the material just depends on, I guess, the plant you're trying to rip, because this definitely feels a little flimsier compared to the flower. But that's okay, because it's still sturdy enough for it to bend like this. Just be warned, one of the sort of leaves there almost broke when I was poking it with, my tweezer. But I'm just going to fold it in place. It is a fern after all. I've touched quite a few ferns when I was growing up in the Philippines. These things fold, if I'm remembering correctly, when you touch them even so slightly. They just fold in on themselves like that. So I'm just gonna kind of squeeze them, if I can squeeze them, just to give them that kind of curled edge. Yeah, just squeezing them a little bit. Yeah, in on itself. That's what I'm doing. Come on, come on. This is ridiculous. This one's the hardest to remove by far. Not hard, just most annoying. This isn't really hard. Come on. Do I have to rip this? No way. Okay. Just peel it. There we go. That wasn't so hard, right, Paul? Yeah, it's not too bad. I just want to appreciate the engineering on this Monstera specifically, just because look at it. It's typically straight, but when you look at it closer, there's actually this sort of cutout where the leaf and the stem are. So you're allowed to sort of bend it way forwards or backwards, right? Yeah. Look at that. Nice engineering. And it's actually sturdy. It feels, despite the thin connection here, it feels a lot sturdier than the Fern, funnily enough. So, yeah. I just want to further appreciate the Monstera here because you saw it long ways earlier when I was peeling it. But look how far I took the fold here, just so it's not obnoxiously long or obnoxiously tall on the base. This is still sturdy as heck too. Look at it. It's beautiful. And unlike the Fern, I'm folding this down because that's just how it's going to look in real life. It's going to be a little bit folded because of gravity. All the pieces have been gathered, and we also have our Elmers to put it together. Though if you want something stronger, again, super glue or CA. But yeah, assembly time. There we go. Yeah, I've decided to put the two together, basically the two largest of these purple alien flower pieces, and place the smaller one in the center, just so it looks nice. Reminds me of Sasuke's Sharingan from Naruto, if you know what that is, the Mangenkyo. Yeah. That's okay. When it dries clear. Also, I'm gonna put the big flower on top there. Just right there. There we go. Just press it down, and again, it's gonna dry clear Elmers. Now the Monsteras here will be the most difficult, I think. Or not really difficult. None of this is difficult. It's just gonna be the most annoying. So basically, I'm gonna interlock them like this, so they're like four-leafed essentially. Ah, see? And I'm putting like glue all over as well. So if you want something a little bit more instant, a little stronger, again, super glue. Not necessary. This technique just requires a little bit of patience, and then I'll just place it right here. Somewhere right here. Right, so that's the plan. And personally, I'm not really putting like a miniature on top. So I'm just showing off the capabilities, right? So I can put it really anywhere. But I'm gonna show it off right there, I think. There we go. I put a bunch of Elmer's glue in the middle. It's not too bad. Again, it dries clear eventually. I'm just gonna make sure it's a little bit more sort of flat and not sideways. But yeah. And if... No, we're good. I was scared. So if I'm a little bit more paranoid when it comes to the Elmer's drying part, it might look a little fake afterwards. I can just drizzle on some grass, which I'm honestly going to do right now. Yeah, just drizzle on some grass. There we go. It's looking good already. Okay, I may have done a little bit too much on that fern there, but again, it dries clear and I can just put on grass. And let's do this one final one. It's not the best, but you know what? It does the job. It's the equivalent of a tech demo, this video. What to expect when you grab one of these, essentially. Come on. Oh my God. What am I doing? I have a tweezer. Give me 1 sec. So there we go. There's a little bit of glue there, but that's okay. I can just put a little bit more grass on top. Come on, just a little bit. Just bury it. Just bury it. And this will strengthen any sort of bond. And we can just shake off any excess later. So I'm just gonna let this dry. And if I want to, before we finish, I'll just add a little bit of maybe tufts here and there, maybe, who knows what I decide. I've decided I'm gonna be using the bluebeard flowers just on this empty space right here. It already looks good. And I added a little bit too much grass right there in the middle, but that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, if I move it just a slight right there, it's still a little wet. Yeah, it's okay. And I don't have to tell you how effective and beautiful their flowers are. They are always so gorgeous, always. And there we go. Just a little demo here for Gamer's Grass. Probably one of the best, if not the best, basing company out there. They're so good. They're so good, man. And these sort of flowers and their pop-up grass is just the tip of the iceberg, as you saw with the sets that they offer as well. So yeah, if you have any sort of basing needs, Gamer's Grass is the way to go. One more shot here, one for the road. It's just so gorgeous. Oh, and the flowers themselves have like a really sticky backing. So in theory, unless you're gonna play with them later, you don't need to use glue because they'll just stick right on. And it's actually quite strong. So yeah, there we go. It's beautiful. Well, that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's a short, quick little demo video, essentially utilizing the power of Gamer's Grass. And again, that's just the tip of the iceberg. They have a lot more, from resin prints of little things, right? You saw like the demon shards and whatnot, and cacti, to a bunch of actual bases that's pre-done for you. Gamer's Grass has it all when it comes to basing. And you can check all that out on our website, sunwardhobbies.ca. Links in the description down below. And also down below is our social media accounts. Please follow us there. We're incredibly active. And of course, don't forget to sub onto our YouTube channel, especially if you enjoyed this video, if you're following along. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Paul, signing off. Bye-bye.